The first habit, she is literally telling you to not eat, like ever. To only eat when you are super, super, super hungry. Past the point of no return. Like, lady, you are literally evil and you're a horrible person. So, once again, I don't watch you anymore, and I literally just stumbled across the content again because someone asked me to.
I don't, and I never promote eating disorders like ever in my whole 6 years of doing content.
He's actually a massive liar and hypocrite.
Hello everyone. Before we start, I want to make one thing clear. I don't like speaking badly about people. And I believe that we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and that we should show humility and respect, especially on the internet. Today, I'd like to share my opinion about the wave of hate that targeted Clara Dao because of communication issues, but also because of commentary YouTubers who started harassing her. I'm not going to go into detail about who Clara is, because if you click on this video, you probably already know. But I want to come back to this bomb that commentary YouTubers dropped last February. The claim that Clara was promoting eating disorders. Critical videos appeared everywhere, full of outrage, showing a short clip that was supposed to prove everything. And very quickly, some people started saying that Clara, who calls herself body positive, was encouraging young girls to starve themselves.
So the first habit is I don't eat when I'm not hungry, and I only eat when I'm like really hungry. I often don't remember to eat unless I really feel it in my stomach. I'm like, oh my god, I'm hungry.
But the problem is, she never said that. The clips used by this channel were actually tiny fragments of sentence, completely taken out of context. To be honest, the first time I saw the video, I didn't understand what the problem was. It was only after I saw that Kelly Scholar had released a second video about her that I took the time to watch Clara's video, the one that started all this hate. And honestly, Clara wasn't talking about deprivation, restriction, or glorifying anger at all. She was simply saying that she eats when she's angry and stops when she's full.
I'm not advocating for starving yourself. I'm not advocating for restrictive eating. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about eliminate completely snacking in between meals, always eating something throughout the day. I don't think that is healthy. All that snacking, all that like eating when you're not hungry, it's just extra calorie. And of course, when you keep doing that, you're gonna gain weight. I never said that eating 3 meals a day is unhealthy. I said that if you have to or feel the need to snack throughout the day, like every 5 or 10 minutes, and always think about food, that is not healthy, and I think that we can all agree on that. I feel like my words were definitely taken out of context and twisted in a way that make me sound like an obsessive person that starved myself and promote eating. But I was just sharing my daily habits, and I don't encourage anyone to follow it.
And honestly, I do that too. Not exactly the same way, but something very similar. And I can assure you, I don't have eating disorder. But the commentary YouTubers didn't mention those warnings at all.
I want to have a disclaimer that this video is not for people who have eating disorder, it's not for people who have unhealthy relationship with food. I'm not advocating for starving yourself. I'm not advocating for restrictive eating. That's not what I'm talking about. Don't overeat. Don't stuff yourself. Don't eat when you don't have to. And I didn't really do intermittent fasting, and I don't think teenagers should be doing intermittent fasting either. So if you're a teenager and you're still growing, don't watch this video. This video is not for you. This video is for adults who have already finished growing, okay? Always see comments that say, oh, you have my dream body, I want to be skinny like you. Some people even use me as a inspo. I don't think it's healthy though. Don't do that. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't vape. Because actually when you do these things, especially consuming cannabis or marijuana, your appetite go up and you want to eat more. You want to eat more.
The problem is that a single sentence taken out of context can destroy someone's reputation. Yes, she said that sometimes she doesn't feel angry until 7 p.m. But honestly, who hasn't been so busy during the day that they forgot to eat? It's not healthy. Really not. But hasn't it ever happened to you? When you listen to the video without judgment, but with pure objectivity, you can immediately understand that she shared this anecdote about sometimes only feeling hungry after 7 p.m. Not to tell her viewers, hey, if you don't wait until after 7 p.m. to eat, you're going to gain weight. But rather to explain that sometimes with all the activities and responsibilities she has to deal with in a day, she's so focused on what she has to do, and since she's not someone who often feels hungry, she ends up forgetting to eat. She never presented this as something only thin people do or as a method you should follow to become thin. She was simply sharing an anecdote that has probably happened to many people living in a developed country, overwhelmed with work, higher education, or any stressful activity that needs to be finished that same day for your future. But I agree that she should have clarified that. Even though this happened to many people, it's not healthy. And it's true that sharing this anecdote in a video about staying slim is a bit tricky and very clumsy. And another thing, it annoys me when people say creators should be extra careful because children are watching.
I want to just imagine you are a 10-year-old girl. You love this influencer because she makes you feel good about yourself when you watch her shorts. So you see this video, you're like, wait, what? Stay skinny? I guess this influencer that knows everything about body positivity is right. I should click on this video and I should follow her steps. This could lead you into a serious eating, like a serious one.
Creators can make whatever content they want. It's the parents' job to monitor what their kids watch. I don't think it's up to the creators to parent their audience. For example, I've made reaction videos about the anime Diabolic Lovers, which I described as problematic and cringe, and which contains non-consensual scenes. I didn't hesitate to say that directly. But I also made a series of videos where I share my conversations with characters from that universe. And honestly, it's just as problematic. Of course, I put trigger warnings, but I believe that if you click on a video after seeing the title and the thumbnail, you know what you're getting into. And honestly, we need to bring back a bit of empathy on the internet. Because when you read the comments under the critical videos about situations, you can see that people can be incredibly mean. I watched Kelly Sagan's video and I clearly see she lacks empathy.
Another thing I find interesting is that she said she doesn't want to box body positivity into not changing yourself. But girl, that is exactly what you stood for. You stood for that. You said that you should be positive about your body and you don't need to change anything to be beautiful, to feel beautiful. So why all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to box it into just being about not changing yourself? Because girl, that's exactly what you stood for. So why going back all of a sudden when you've already changed your body?
Yes, Clara wants to change because she had been doing this for 6 years. I understand that some people might feel betrayed, but put yourself in her shoes for 2 seconds.
I love my flat chest. I could have this very innocent, pure image online. But in my personal life, people were mistreating me, people were abusing me, and I let it happen. My own personal life, I went through so much drama, so much hurt, so much trauma, and I came out of it. It's in 2023 that I had like a rebirth.
The first person to talk about this situation was Kelly Scholars, which a video titled Clara Dao, the most disgusting body positive hypocrite on TikTok. The only thing I agree with is when she criticized the scene where Clara forces herself to cry and cuts the end of her hair as a tribute to a deceased woman. That, yes, I found a bit cringy, but the rest, misinterpretation. At least Kelly only made one video at first and then waited 6 months before making the second one. Even if I thought her analysis was shaky, I don't feel like she was constantly targeting Clara or trying to use this controversy just to get views and money. That's not the case with Coco Crazy. So I stay polite, but I don't like her content. I know she is a minor and I don't want to seem like I'm attacking a teenager, but this time things went way too far. Where Kelly, Miss Wewe or Lenani made 1 or 2 videos, Coco Crazy made a lot more. Her first video on February 21st was called The Disgusting Side of Clara Dao. Less harsh in the title than Kelly, maybe, but still very strong in the content.
And at the end of this video, she really has the nerve to say she isn't really trying to make you skinny or stay skinny. She's just trying to make you healthy. Like, lady, like, woman, you literally titled it How to Stay Skinny or whatever. So, like, don't even start. Like, lady, you are literally evil and you're a horrible person. So, hope that helped clear your mind a little bit.
I've always wanted to make this video because I always see comments that say, oh, you have my dream body, I want to be skinny like you. Some people even use me as a thinspo. I don't think it's healthy though, don't do that. But if you ever wonder what habits naturally skinny people do, then this is it.
At the end of the day, I don't really care about how scientifically backed up these claims are that she makes in this video. I don't care how many books she read. The point of this video is to call her out because she's a hypocrite and she deserves to be called out for it. She cannot complain about being shamed for the way her body looks and then proceed to shame other women and make videos encouraging girls to not eat outside of meals and eat smaller meals so they don't look ugly and large. So her entire channel doesn't make sense, and it's clear it's built on lies and fakeness. Body positivity is literally being positive about all bodies, not just the one you're specifically in. It's like being gay and then hating on trans people. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you only care about the situation you're in, the movement doesn't work at the end of the day.
Don't overeat, don't stuff yourself, don't eat when you don't have to, and
then 5 days later, she posted, Clara Dao is so much more disgusting than I thought, even more aggressive.
I admit I was a little bit harsh in the last video. I did call her maybe evil a few times. I feel bad for that. My apologies.
And 8 days later, another video. This time reacting to Clara's response. And that wasn't even true. She wasn't specifically reacting to Coco crazy, but to the hate she was receiving.
And this is what she said. Major playing the victim alert. I said I don't eat when I'm not hungry, but the internet canceled me because I myself and promote ED. Like, make it make sense.
It's like Coco Crazy was doing everything to get a response from Clara. Meanwhile, Kelly, who was the first person to talk about this drama, didn't take advantage of it to harass her. Clara ended up throwing little jabs at Coco Crazy, and you can really tell they were meant for her. Not for Kelly, not for Miss Rere or any of the other commentary YouTubers who talked about her. You can really feel she's talking about Coco Crazy. And how can you blame her? You can say what you want, but Coco Crazy was harassing her. And I'm not the only one who thinks her behavior was really questionable. She even highlighted a deleted comment from Clara Dao on a YouTube post. And judging by her community's comments, Clara didn't even have the right to defend herself. Then, you know the rest. She made a video reacting to Clara's comments and the job Clara sent her.
Here's her post, which, let's be honest, is so obviously targeted towards me because she replied to a comment under the post because she posted it on all platforms, basically discussing me.
And I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
I'm not. I simply just want to make people aware that you are an absolute hypocrite and that deserves to be known. People shouldn't be lied to about you anymore, and I just believe that. I believe I gave you a fair chance. In all of my videos, I complimented you and said if you apologize, most people would definitely forgive you. And I made a lot of money from those videos, but I didn't gain like an insane amount of subscribers. But since Clara was so interested in knowing the answer that she posted that video, I feel like it would be rude not to. So Clara, I'm not interested in you in any other way. You're a huge hypocrite. You don't really have that much of a personality other than bragging about your body and making fun of other body types. You don't really have much to be looked up to. You're really, really annoying, if I have to be completely honest. But I must thank you for that, Clara. Thank you for my monetization. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I am tired of talking about Clara Dao. I thought I left her behind 2 weeks ago, but she just keeps posting stuff.
I'm sorry, but just saying don't go harass this person, it's not enough when you make 7 videos in 4 months targeting the same person.
My last video on her got taken down 3 different times. So it's no longer on YouTube, meaning that this is my 4th video on her. That's not that bad considering it's been over a month. I'm not kidding, 3 different times the video got taken down. One time it was at 150K, I think the first 11 hours. Next time it was at within 2 hours they took it down, and then my 3rd one I woke up and it was still up, so I thought it was safe, and then 2 weeks later they take it down. So I just gave up at that point. I was like, whatever, I got money for it. Well, I guess that's that.
Clara was already hurt, but that didn't stop Coco from liking comments that were mocking her. Okay, let me be clear. I'm not against criticism. Pointing out problematic behavior is legitimate. The real problem, in my opinion, is creators like Coco crazy. When you repeat the same criticism over and over again about the same person, it's no longer about informing people. It becomes harassment. She is young. I know she's young. But adults will react negatively if you keep criticizing them without stopping. You can hide behind your age after targeting people non-stop. And it's not like she only focuses on Clara. Honestly, I have no hate towards her. It's true that I don't like her content, but there is a reason why.
Don't ever, especially if you have such a big following as Clara Dao, yes, Clara Dao, do not change anything for a boy or a girl or whoever you're dating. Do not change anything. It's never worth it. Put social media first all the time. Social media is more important than anything else. Like, genuinely, don't trust anyone, because social media is the one thing you can rely on. Like, that's a community you can create and rely on.
Anyway, let's get back to Clara Dao. Because the chaos caused by her world being taken out of context was only the beginning.
Yes, I did have a boob job. I know this might come as a shock because my whole page used to be about loving my flat chest and being confident with it. I literally built my entire career and following around that. So why did I do it? Am I crazy? Was everything a lie? Was I secretly insecure this whole time and just use body positivity as a way to make money so I could finally afford a boob job? No, let me tell you the real reason why I did it. And it comes down to one word: fun.
In the comments, it's a war zone. Insults, shouting, long angry paragraphs, total chaos. Many people believe Clara betrayed her community. For 6 years, Clara Dao wasn't just an influencer. She was a symbol, living proof that you can love your body even without a chest. And then one day, she announced that she had gotten breast implants. For her followers, it was a shock. She explained that she had undergone major surgery for fun, that she wanted to change her style and explore a new version of herself. But the problem is the collective memory. Because for years, Clara had been saying the exact opposite. She had repeated in thousands of videos that you shouldn't get implants, that you should love your body as it is, and that she would never change. And now she has changed everything. Her chest, her lips, her cheekbones, her eyes. The problem isn't surgery itself. It's the betrayal of the message. Clara didn't just change her appearance. She buried 6 years of what she had been preaching. For many, she became the person who monetized the insecurity of millions of women just to pay for a new version of herself.
Girl, maybe it is time for you to choose a different job or career path, because when the people that ask you Q&A questions, which are usually your fans, are hating on you and asking why you're still posting, maybe it is time to consider that you did something wrong.
Even her boyfriend left her when the criticism became unbearable. But is Clara Dao really this hypocritical opportunist who never loved herself? I doubt that. Imagine this, talking about your chest every single day for 6 years, showing it, defending it, making it part of your marketing. That's an enormous psychological pressure. Clara found herself trapped in that hole. She wasn't talking about herself, her patients, her dreams, just about her chest. And yes, it worked, but at what cost? What people forget is that Clara didn't wait until she became famous to change her appearance. So I don't believe she created her channel just to end up paying for breast implants, especially since she comes from a very healthy family.
So before we go inside, let me walk you through what the house looked like from the outside. So this is the gate to the house. I absolutely love these gates. And then this is what the house looked like from the outside. Welcome to my Vietnam house. Or actually, my parents' house.
Let's go. So this is the front yard. It is very, 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 very spacious. I love playing badminton here with my brother whenever I'm here. This is the first wing of the house. This is the traditional wing. If you look to the left, I have the second wing, which is where all the family lives. I have no idea what this architecture is called. Neo-modernism? I don't know. I have no idea.
Clara didn't need YouTube to pay for this surgery. I don't think Clara was touched by hate comments, Instagram, or even her ex either. The real pressure, in my opinion, came from her family.
My family is so toxic, guys, but also they're very loving. They're very supportive, okay? But they have their own, toxicity, as with any family. And I have learned over time to kind of tune out the toxicity or like not associate myself with it. I swear, whenever like we would get together and we would talk and they would say something that's toxic or like either body shaming or like putting pressure on me to do things that I don't want to do, I would immediately leave the conversation. I would immediately change the topic or just like, I'm out of here. I don't want to listen to this. I'm out. Bye.
She explains that body shaming was common and that was a woman's value was often reduced to her fair skin, big eyes, and chest size. She didn't fit into the standards, and while her parents didn't forbid her from being herself, they still encouraged her to conform. Clara Dao said that when she was a child, people constantly pointed out her flaws.
Mình rất là xấu. Răng mình rất xấu như xưa. Không hiểu sao bên răng bên này mình xấu lắm chứ. Răng rất là cả ở cái răng này. Nên như kiểu là ý của tạo hóa, gọi là sai lầm của tạo hóa chăng? Để nhìn thấy chưa? Đây là về mặt da thật sự.
Her parents would often suggest she consider breast augmentation. Moving from Vietnam to Canada might have been a way for her to breathe and get some distance from that family pressure. Her first post on social media might not have been to please others, but to encourage herself, to convince herself of her worth and beauty in the face of so much pressure. And then, a few months before her surgery, she went back to Vietnam. Maybe that family pressure came back suddenly, at family dinners, in yellow comments, and maybe that's what pushed her to finally go through with it. I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is more likely than what those commentary YouTubers are saying. I also want to say that I completely understand her audience's feelings of betrayal. Clara should have been more transparent about what she was going through. But I still think the commentary YouTubers pushed things too far, especially Coco crazy. I also think we should question the morality of making YouTube money from the harassment we create online. It bothers me more and more. But anyway, I don't like talking badly about people. So maybe someone else will speak about it one day. In any case, thank you for watching to the end. Have a great day.